This is a short video for region organizers on how to use Ecanvasser desktop. I'll take care of importing people and creating groups and that sort of thing. But what you'll need to do is manage this team section. And this is where you're going to invite users, which will be canvassers. And the way to do that is to click in the lower left-hand corner this invite user button. Now, it's best if someone's going to be using a smartphone to invite them by using their phone. If they're going to be using a tablet, then to invite them using the email. In both cases, you're just going to assign them this canvasser permission status, which is by default. Assuming that you're going to do someone using a smartphone most of the time, you're going to go to this section and just simply type in their phone number and click save. When that happens, the person or the phone number will appear up here as someone that is pending an invite. Once that person has basically set up an account, logged in. Once that happens, then you can assign them to a team, which is going to be very important, or they won't see any people on their Ecanvasser application on their phone. Again, they accept. Then you have to go back into Ecanvasser, go to Teams, pick a county. There's one team for every county. You pick a county and you scroll down and find the person. As you can see, that phone number that was just added is not in here because that person still has not accepted their invite. But once they do that, you'll see not only their phone number, but their name, as in this example where Katie was set up using her phone. You'll need to select them and click save. Now this is very important. If it takes a while after you click save, don't click save again, or you'll create two teams with the same name, and that'll pose a lot of problems. After you click save once, it might not seem like it does anything. Don't worry about it. Just close this and move on to some other activity, and eventually that person should appear within the team. If after, say, 5 minutes or something, it doesn't happen, then you could try again. Otherwise, what will happen, again, you'll create another team. These are all in alphabetical order. The only way to get them in alphabetical order is to put them in one at a time. You can't rearrange them. So if you create a second team and it'll get added to the bottom, and someone could potentially see two teams and get assigned to the wrong team and so forth. So only click send once. That's all you should really need to do in Ecanvasser for the most part. There's just two other areas that I'll point out briefly. The map area, as we have discussed, you shouldn't need to actually cut turf. Everything should be done just by color coding. And if you zoom into a certain ward on a higher level where you don't see the individual triangles for the phones and you just see something that looks like this might be useful for you to print it off. If your local organizer wants to meet with people and section out and say, you hit this general area over here, or these blocks, you hit these blocks, and so on, divide it up like this, and then they can go out and divide up a ward. The other area, you may never use it, but if someone is canvassing and they enter an issue, like for instance, someone wants a yard sign placed on another piece of property somewhere, this is where that issue can be seen and dealt with. It's not a political issue, it's a follow-up item. That would be something only people who have desktop access will have access to. Issues and map sections, team is really where you're going to spend your time. Thank you, and hope this helps.